Sa lahat po ng gustong maging artista, that's something they have to keep in mind. Things happen in the right time. God's timing, kumbaga po.
For a reason.
Yes, for a reason talaga.
Yeah.
Because if I hadn't done those workshops, I would have been struggling so much in this show.
Welcome to K-Talks. I'm Dr. Jerry Cleachco, the Dean of the School of Media and Marketing at the University of Asia and the Pacific. Our guest for today is a 21-year-old Filipino-Canadian actor, model, host, dancer, and singer. He is part of the Sparkle GMA Artist Center by the GMA Network. Let's get to know him a bit more. Please welcome Michael Sager. Hey, Michael.
Hello po.
Good. Thank you for being here.
Thank you
for joining me here.
Yes, it's an honor on K-Talks.
Wonderful, great. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about how you got into show business.
Yeah.
How were you discovered?
Yeah, so again po, I'm Michael Sager, 21 years old from Vancouver, Canada.
That's
so
right.
I was actually born here in Marinduque. So Gaston Marinduque is where I was born. And when my family was here, until 3 years old was when we migrated to Canada.
Right.
So around 2007, we moved to Canada, and I grew up there na until 18. And siguro in my early years, I was never thinking about doing showbiz acting because I was a very shy boy. Out of my family, it was my sister that they were really pursuing.
How many siblings?
Dalawa lang po kami.
Right.
So I had an older sister that was very talented. She was the singer, the dancer, and I'm sure she could act as well. So it was only until when I was 17, I auditioned for a reality TV show online. So it was,
here?
Yeah, for Pinoy Big Brother.
Oh, okay.
But at the time, it was pandemic. So the way they required the auditions was through online na po.
Yes.
So no more face-to-face kasi nga pandemic.
Right.
So you just need to submit a 1-minute clip of yourself auditioning for PBB. So at the time, my dad was like, you should try it just for fun. I mean, like, it won't hurt. So,
who told you to audition?
My dad.
Your dad?
It was my dad. The story behind that, my dad po kasi wanted to do PBB in season 2. Because kilala niya yung winner ng season 1. Si Nene, yeah. Taga-Romblon din po siya. So anyways, parang my dad was like, try mo lang, it's a good experience.
Right.
So, ayun po, I tried, and they didn't force me, and honestly, I was thinking about it lang. But I was in my room, and I was bored kasi quarantine lock-in. So I was like, search ako PBB on my phone, and then sige nga, audition na ako. And then I made a little script, and then I filmed it in my room na super slang, all English. I couldn't speak Tagalog. So I was talking about my clip lang, and then I didn't expect anything from it. I just posted it and let it be. And then mga few days after, they contacted me po na congratulations, you have made it to the next phase. So sabi ko, wow, for the first time in my life, I experienced something like that. Na, it was exciting kahit message lang, medyo na-excite ako. Kasi I would still watch TV shows, Filipino TV shows in Canada. So I was aware naman po of the culture. So the fact that I was...
But you understood Tagalog?
I understood naman. Fluent naman po. It's just, medyo slang na.
Right.
Yeah, so they messaged me. I told my dad and my parents that, hey, they replied. And they were also excited kasi parang who would have expected. So from then po, I was going through interviews na, and unfortunately, hindi natuloy. There was some circumstances na it didn't push forward. Siguro din, the pandemic, the things going on. And I was kind of sad, but I really accepted it and said, maybe it happened for a reason.
Right,
and then months after po, I continued lang my live streaming. I continued live streaming lang, kept going, because somehow I enjoyed doing it. But this was at the same time, I was grade 12. And then my grade 12 year, I also enrolled myself in an advanced college course for architecture and design. Because at the time, that was the course I wanted to pursue.
Fantastic. Wow.
And so I was doing the two things at the same time. I did the college course to have a taste of if I really wanted to do it before I graduate, right? So at the same time, live streaming the class, and mas nagustuhan ko po yung live streaming. Siguro for some reason, the fact that I was able to entertain somehow na parang
were you getting engagement?
Yeah, engagement po eh. Kasi live eh. Walang
Where
cuts.
were you doing this? IG?
On Kumu. Kumu, yeah. Filipino live streaming app that really boosted in the pandemic. Yeah. So it was cool. I was able to develop a group of friends there, supporters. So something I fell in love with, even though the time zone differences was crazy. Kasi 3 a.m. I would go live para lang the people here would be able to watch.
And how long did you do that?
I did this for a year, almost 2 years. Almost 2 years though.
Alright.
Yeah. At the same time, I was just enjoying.
That's
And I was able to practice my hosting skills. We had mini series, mini interviews on that app. Live po siya. So it was my
you were
training
interviewing
ground.
or they were interviewing?
I was
you?
interviewing.
Okay.
I had a show na parang like a show about interviewing fellow streamers.
Oh,
So
I
just
see.
their
Okay.
journey, why they're
Okay.
streaming, stuff
Okay.
like that. Yeah, so I learned lots from that, and eventually, unexpectedly, someone contacted me from Cornerstone.
I see.
Cornerstone Entertainment,
Okay.
si Sir Rex and Sir Erickson.
Oh, that's right. You're part of Cornerstone.
Yes,
Yeah.
Cornerstone. So they inquired to me initially about a P-pop group that they were building. So
okay.
I was like, whoa, P-pop group, like BTS type.
Right,
So I told my parents, that's interesting ah. So at first, parang whatever lang. I wanted to see it lang if it was cool and stuff. So I did it. And then when we had a Zoom meeting, they wanted a solo na for acting na lang. No more P-pop. They didn't see me as for P-pop na. More on solo.
Why? You were not singing good enough, well enough?
Baka po eh.
Okay, alright.
Anyways, yeah, but siguro it wasn't meant for me.
Yeah.
And I'm actually happier that I was part of the solo because I get to do acting in that
That's
sense.
right.
So,
Yeah.
so yun na po, we had our meeting. That's where initially I was discovered by Cornerstone.
Okay.
And they told me na, hey, go to the Philippines, then we'll
Yes.
see it from there. So I went home po without any assurance eh. Although my manager was there was nothing guaranteed na parang when you go home, you have a show agad, you have this
Right.
agad. No, wala po. Wala. Even contracts, wala pa. So, I went home with the motivation na parang, we'll just see how it goes. So, I took a gap year for that year because I was supposed to enter university na.
Yes. But you finished grade 12.
Yes, I graduated high school
Yeah.
and then entering na for business school in Canada.
Okay.
And then, so gap year muna po ako. So eventually I was here and I was like, wow, back in the Philippines and auditions. Eventually, I got to meet Mr. M, Mr. Johnny Manahan. So he was with GMA at the time.
Right.
And so we had a meeting with Mr. M and Sir Erickson.
Right.
So that's when I got discovered for Sparkle for GMA Center.
There you go.
And then I was launched as Sparkada. That was my batch.
Oh, okay.
So first group ni Mr.
And this
M.
is when? 2022?
2022, April
Okay,
17.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Fast forward to today. What are you doing today?
Now today, I'm just looking back at the journey. I've been so thankful and grateful po kasi I currently have a daily show, TikTok Clock. It's a game show. I'm a semi-regular there. And
That's in the morning?
In the morning po at 11 a.m. So it's
Okay.
pre-noon time. And then currently in the afternoon at 3:20 is Shining Inheritance. So that's one of my major roles that I got.
Series.
So, yeah, it's a series.
That's ongoing.
Yeah, family drama po siya.
Yeah. And how many episodes? You said it
It's
was?
100 plus.
Right.
Yeah.
Aired on GMA.
Aired on GMA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is going to run until when?
Until next year, 2025
Until
January.
next week.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So, can you tell us about, I suppose you're undergoing a lot of training. What challenges are you facing, or struggles even? In this journey that you have. Yeah.
Well, the cool thing about this industry po is it's a never-ending learning process. I mean, even the veterans that I've worked with, Tita Connie Reyes, she was such a great actor, and to be working with her is a blessing. But she always tells me na we can always learn. And for her po, she's very excited to work again. This is her comeback serye po Shining Inheritance. Because iba na kasi yung generation that are directing, her co-actors are younger na. So parang iba din yung nakakuha niya. And for me po, that excites me because nga, when I started, our training was hardcore. Because when I was part of the Sparkada group, I joined late. So my fellow batchmates were already training, I think, ahead of me.
Okay.
So I had to catch up, like really catch up. So at the time, 6 weeks till launch date.
Okay.
So we trained acting workshops 3 times a week.
Okay.
And it was around 6 hours a day.
Wow.
Yeah, mga ganun po siya. And then I also did singing lessons in part of GMA din. Because I honestly didn't know how to sing before. I was a part of the choir back in middle school, but singing super mahihain po ako. So sabi ko, I told my manager na please I want to do lessons kasi I want to improve in singing, and it's something I enjoy rin po. Yeah, and then dance naman, we really had to improve our dance kasi for our launch day, we were gonna dance. That was our performance, a dance.
Did you ever do dancing before?
I did dancing before. I was part of a competitive hip-hop team back in Canada. So I was a little boy pa nun, but at least I had to learn a bit of steps that I was able to use na for now. And so our training was almost every day non-stop. And siguro Mr. M was very strict on us. We'd always get updates every week na what you need to improve on, stuff like that. So it was a very tough time, but actually I appreciated at least na very tutok po sila na there's a reason why they're strict, there's a reason why they're expecting better kasi they want the best for us and it's gonna help me at the end of the day. So
how do you see yourself, what's your future like going to be? Do you intend to stay long in show business, or do you are you also thinking of perhaps pursuing university?
Yes, po.
Like here in the Media and Entertainment Management program?
Exactly, Jerry. Well, my parents and my lola specifically always wanted me to finish college and university. And I agree naman po. For me, showbiz kasi is, as much as it is good now, there will always come a time na I'll have to have a backup plan, kumbaga na parang I have to find another way kasi not forever we'll be young, we'll be able to act and stuff like that. And so I do
but you
plan.
can be forever youthful.
Yes, tama po yan. But I do plan on enrolling in school again, especially here po. Sana if matuloy. Because as I learn more in the industry, I think I'm developing a passion for the craft, really. And the craft is not just being in front of the screen, but also behind the screen. So the reason why I was so intrigued with this course po, because I'm really close with my production team, yung mga EPs, executive producers, assistants, and then sa technical side, because growing up po, my dad owned a photography business. So we did weddings, but I was super into the video. So I'd work with my tito sa videography, and from then I learned mga cinematography, and eventually parang gusto ko talaga po yung nagvi-video eh. So lahat ng YouTube videos ko, they're shot by me, edited. So eventually, when now I'm in the acting industry, I see the directors working, yung mga grabe yung mga cameras nila, yung mga technicalities. It really inspired me na parang one day gusto ko rin mag-storytell in terms of producing a show, producing whatever it may be. That's why I want to learn more, obviously, on the business side din po kasi apart from it being an art, it's still very business.
Which is what our program is about.
Perfect.
The business side of entertainment and media. So, and as we mentioned, so we are in this program, in this course. What would you tell some aspiring, perhaps, young people who want to get into this industry like yourself, the way you did it? What can you tell them?
Whenever I get asked this question for interviews, I always say that mahalin nila ang craft nila. Kasi whatever it may be po, any industry, whatever work they have, if they don't enjoy it, if they don't love doing it, it's gonna feel like a chore, like work. But you will never avoid the days na minsan, I don't want to go to work, I'm tired. That will always happen. You get burnt out. I've experienced it na. So for me po, there still has to be that passion, that the love for whatever you do, and especially in this industry, you have to really love acting. You have to really love entertaining. There has to be something that fuels you other than just obviously the source of income or like the money, the fame. It can't just be that way. For me, kasi you're telling a story. The emotions have to be real. When I did my acting workshops, that was one of my struggles and challenges because that's when I realized acting is not a game. It's very, very hard. And until now, I really have lots to improve on. But that's when you know na parang, when you have the drive na I want to get better, I want to do this, I want to eventually reach that. And you love what you're doing kasi one of the things that most people don't know about artistas is our taping schedule, what it's like to actually tape. So in a day, I'll just tell you briefly, in a day we have to shoot 24 to 30 sequences, 20 to 30 sequences.
That's a lot.
In under 16 hours because of the new law, the Eddie Garcia bill.
That's right.
So now, that's a challenge because for me, I believe that art takes time. But now you're under time pressure, so you have to perform everything in one take. So that's where you need to be, and it's late night.
Yes.
You won't always get full sleep.
Yes.
You have to keep moving around. It's tiring. But if you really know that konting sacrifice lang, konting tiis, kasi gusto ko talaga to you will do well. You will do well in this industry. It's not always about the good times, the times when you're in the spotlight. No, it's all about how you're working hard behind the camera is what I believe. Because before I got the show, I had no work for more than 8 months. And that's when I told my parents, I don't know what to do kasi I'm new, wala akong income, and I'm living alone here in the Philippines. So sabi ko, what do I do? But I took advantage of the time that I had, because at the time, what I didn't have a show, but I had free time. So now, how do I maximize this free time? I enrolled myself in every workshop possible to GMA, and I did it from the very bottom to the top, and then I did it again from the bottom to the top. I told Miss Anna Fileo, my acting coach, Miss Anna, I just want to keep doing this. Repetition lang, kasi I know acting is, that's where I'm leaning towards it as an actor. So it has to be my main and strongest asset. So paulit-ulit talaga po ako, acting workshop. Kahit I wasn't earning anything, I was at least earning the learnings, the experience, which I was blessed with a show, Shining Inheritance, that I got to use it for that show. It's heavy drama, and daming stuff na I would have never known how to do. So it really happened. Although nag-struggle ako noon, it taught me how to become stronger din po.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow. So I guess the lesson is quite clear, right? Behind the glamour, behind all this, well, it's really a lot of hard work.
Yes.
Right? And that you have to put. You have to put in the hours, the perseverance, the fortitude even to go through this. Great. Well, thank you very much, Michael. And I wish you, more success in your career. And great. Thank you very much for watching. Until the next one. Bye for now.